Hey guys, I'm Trev. I'm living in Colombia. I'm Canadian. I've been here for like 6 or 7 years now. I have three kids. Two are boys. They're crazy. One of them is my stepdaughter. And yeah, when I first came to Colombia, I started in Medellin, and it was really nice. Coming from Canada, I was working the factory grind for many years, and at one point, I think I had enough equity in my property to realize I didn't need to live like that anymore. No disrespect to factory workers in Canada and all across the world, but I was single. I was 38, 39. I was working rotating shifts at Ford Motor Company in Canada. And one night I just said, forget it. I'm not gonna live like this anymore. So I did some research about Colombia, and when we do research, I think we're all the same. Um, we think Colombia is this perhaps beautiful place, but with a kind of crazy reputation, right? Um, Rightfully said. So when I first came to Colombia, I landed at the airport. I noticed how beautiful it was. I first came to Medellin, and my social life started improving right away. The picture you see here is of my wife, Pilar. She's Colombian, and I met her about a few weeks after getting to Medellin. We met kind of through like online friends, Tinder, and so we started dating, and we went out for lunch almost every day. There's a funny story because when I first met her, I thought she told me she was from Itagüí, which is like I think a suburb of Medellin, or it's part of Medellin. It's kind of like in the Sabaneta, Envigado, and then there's Itagüí somewhere there. I thought she said she was from Itagüí, so I was like, okay, we can meet each other. But she was really saying Ibagué because she's from Tolima, which is a different province, but she was living in Medellin and working in Itagüí. So anyway, we started dating, and we're married now. That was like 6 years ago. We went for lunch every day. We really enjoyed hanging out. She had a car, so she took me to Guatapé, all these cool towns outside Colombia. Um, how did I make money? I started teaching English online. You probably knew that I was going to say that. That's actually a funny story because I tried to start working on Preply or Preply, whatever the hell you call it, and I tried to get like $15 to $20 an hour because I thought that's what you could make, and nobody was booking my classes. So as a joke, I was like giving up, and I'm like, my wife Pilar, my girlfriend at the time, she's like, just put your classes for $5. So I put my classes for $5, and like right away, people were booking classes. Why? Because people are cheap. And so I started doing the classes with the strategy to get reviews, right? Kind of like the Fiverr strategy, work for $5, get reviews. And that kind of like launched my online private class English tutoring. And I did that for a couple of years. And it was nowhere near the amount of money that I was making in Canada, but it was it was decent for Colombia, right? This is my wife again when we went to San Andres. That was a great trip. Most Latinas, when they meet foreigners, I imagine they're gonna push for a trip right away, especially if they know that you could have some good potential for a solid relationship, or maybe even not, right? But regardless, I wanted to go to San Andreas anyway. Why wouldn't I want to go to a tropical island with a beautiful Latina, no? I mean, you'd be stupid not to get a credit card if you have to, right? But this is our trip to San Andreas. I'm not in the picture. So how do you know she's really my wife, right? I could just be making this all up. Um, but San Andreas is an island. I think it's off the coast of like Nicaragua. For some reason, it's a Colombian territory, kind of like Puerto Rico and the States. But that was a really good trip. And oh, we are really married. Look, this is in Ibagué, where we live now. We lived in Medellin and then Envigado. In Envigado, we rented an apartment together. And then we decided that we wanted to have kids. And my wife being from Tolima, Ibagué, She has her mom here, she has family. We checked it out. I was, if I decided to live in Colombia anyway, without being married or having kids, I would have started finding smaller cities to live in, like in the coffee part or places I probably don't even know about. Maybe I would check out one small pueblo one day and be like, hey, this is it, right? Because I don't need to live in a big city. I went to Medellin first because I think that's where everybody starts. But once I realized I like Colombia, then I would definitely start exploring more. Why? Because Medellin's nice, it's beautiful, but let's be honest, like Medellin's a bit loco, no? You always hear about foreigners um, getting killed, like drugged by women. Like, you know, I don't want to be part of that, right? This is one of Pilar and I's first dates. She surprised me by taking me to some like disco one night, and she got really drunk off aguardiente. At the end of the date, we were kind of arguing a bit because we are both drunk, and she's like, "You don't love me." I'm like, "This is like our second date. What are you talking about?" It was a funny story. We laughed about it the next day, but she's a beautiful, nice woman. So this is the day that we got married. We just got married at a notary, not too fancy. Why? Because we got married during COVID, and she is actually pregnant in this picture. So at that point, I finally realized I escaped Canada. I got through the Darien in Panama, and I made it to Colombia, and I finally have my residency now. So I got my Colombia green card, as you might call it. This is a Christmas from our mom's house. This is a typical Colombian plate. I believe it's a sancocho, chicken sancocho. This is beef here, Aguila Lights, which are one of my favorite beers. This is us on a date. What are some of the cons about Colombia? Well, before I came here, obviously, like the druggings of foreigners were a con because if you start going on dates, it's like don't buy alcohol, don't even have any drink, don't drink anything, right? So that obviously made me a bit nervous. But the fact that my wife wasn't from Medellin gave me some comfort because maybe this is a problem that is more based in Medellin. Um, what are some other cons? I would say the pollution from the buses is pretty bad. I live in Ibagué, Tolima now, and every time you see a red bus, it's spewing out pollution, like black smoke. If it's the one thing I hate about Colombia, it's that. Because Canada, the States, you don't see like public transportation like shooting out black smoke from the exhaust every time you see it, right? We would think, oh, there's a problem with the transmission. This is Ibagué. There is a canyon close to Ibagué. It's called Canyon Combeima. I don't know how to pronounce it right. Something like that. But it's beautiful. To me, it's like a paradise. This is actual like part of the hotel. We actually stayed there one night. I would totally suggest that if you come to Ibagué, check this place out. I'll leave a comment for more information. Guys, please give me a like. This is my second long form Colombia video. I plan to improve as I go. And this is a picada. In Colombia, everybody barbecues. That's one of the things I love about it, is you can find barbecued food anywhere. And maybe it costs like $20 American for this plate, basically for two people, no? Or one, if you're extra hungry that day. This is a burger and fry combo from the restaurant Salvador in Ibagué. Look at this burger, guys. Like for real. Like perfect night, no? Huge ass cheeseburger, fries, wine, beer. I don't drink wine. But what are some of the other cons about Colombia? Um, things are a little bit more relaxed here, guys. So if you're waiting in a lineup just to get a loaf of bread, you might be in that lineup for 10 minutes. I would suggest the Colombian companies now start putting like chairs in your lineups. Like let people sit. No? Like really, I'm waiting 10 minutes to get some arepa. When I came to Colombia at first, I would just abandon my cart. But you can't do that forever because you need those things that you're at the store for. And the next place you go to might have the same slow lineup. So it's a huge adjustment coming from Canada where everything's go, 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 to Colombia where a lot of things are go, go, go. Like it's still the rat race here, but a lot of things are slower, maybe because they have like slower computer systems and stuff. It's me and my wife again. This is us in San Andreas. But guys, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what content you would like to know more about, what you would like to know more about Colombia. Please subscribe, give me a like. It would really help out a lot. And this is us in Comuna 13 in Medellin. I told my family about it. They're like, "Whoa, be careful." That place was a war zone at one point. Well, half of Europe was a war zone as well during World War II, and that doesn't stop people from traveling to Europe, right? So, again, guys, have a terrific day. I'm Trev. I'm from Canada. I've been living in Colombia for over 6 years. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. We'll see you next time. Take care.